Capricorn, stop, do not scroll past this. Because what the cards are showing me right now, on this 13th day of August, 2026, is something I have not seen in a very long time. A doctor, a healer, someone with knowledge, with authority, with the power to name what has been wrong. And they are looking at you, Capricorn, and they are saying, this is not what we thought. This is not the diagnosis you accepted. There is a miracle here, and it is completely, utterly, undeniably freeing you. But here is the part that made my hands tremble while I was pulling these cards. This freedom is not coming from outside of you. It never was. And the person who is about to hand it to you, the one who has been watching you suffer in silence, they are about to say something that changes every single timeline you thought was locked. Before I go deeper, I need you to do something small for me. Tell me in the comments where you are watching this from right now. Just the city, just the country. Let me feel how far this message is traveling to find you, because I promise you it traveled a long way, and it found you on purpose. You did not click on this video by accident. The algorithm did not just randomly serve this to your feed while you were mindlessly scrolling on this Thursday in August. Your higher self, your exhausted but fiercely protective spirit, pulled this exact frequency into your reality. You have been feeling a strange shift in your physical body lately, haven't you? A sudden lightness in your chest when you wake up. A deep, unexplainable exhale that happens when you are completely alone, as if your lungs are finally remembering how to take in a full breath. These are the somatic signs your nervous system is finally registering safety after years of being in fight or flight mode. And in your dreams, you have been seeing symbols of profound cleansing. You are dreaming of white rooms, of clear rushing water washing away dark stains, of people in uniforms handing you papers that say you are finally cleared. Your subconscious already knows the truth before your waking mind has caught up. The universe orchestrated this exact moment, down to the very second, because the waiting period is officially over. For so long, Capricorn, you have accepted a false diagnosis about your own life. You were told, or you convinced yourself that this heaviness was just who you are. You accepted that the struggle in your career, the stagnation in your finances, the emotional distance in your most important relationship was a chronic condition you just had to manage. You thought you were broken. You thought you were meant to carry this mountain on your back until your bones turned to dust. You have been running on a treadmill of obligations, paying emotional and financial debts that weren't even yours to pay, wondering why you never seemed to get ahead. But the cards are screaming that this was a misdiagnosis. The pain you have been carrying was never a punishment. It was an incubation. It was the intense, crushing pressure required to crack open a shell that had become far too small for the massive expansion the universe has planned for you. You are not sick. You are not cursed. And you are absolutely not failing. You have simply been outgrowing a reality that could no longer hold your rising frequency. And this brings us to the person who has been watching you from the periphery. You know exactly who this is. This is the person who stepped back, or the one who seemed entirely unable to understand the depth of your exhaustion. They have been in their own quiet, agonizing internal reckoning. While you were busy blaming yourself for the distance between you, they were slowly realizing that they had completely misunderstood your silence. They thought you were pulling away because you didn't care. They thought you're heavy. Grounded Capricorn nature was a fortress you built specifically to keep them out. But recently, they had a moment of absolute, blinding clarity. They looked at the history of what you have endured, the silent sacrifices you made that you never even spoke about, and a wave of profound regret washed over them. They are realizing that you weren't shutting them out, you were simply surviving a storm they couldn't see. They are preparing to come to you with an apology that is going to sound more like a revelation. They are gathering the courage to admit that they misread your strength for indifference and your silence for rejection. But I cannot tell you exactly what they are going to say just yet. I need you to understand the energetic mechanics of why this is happening right now, in the middle of August, before the full picture makes sense. If I just give you the outcome, your logical mind will try to dissect it. Your Capricorn earth sign nature will try to build a spreadsheet of how and when this miracle will manifest. But this is not a logical shift. This is a spiritual bypass. This is a medical miracle of the soul. I need you to sit with the tension of not knowing the exact words they will speak, because the anticipation is actually rewiring your energetic field to receive it. You have spent so many years preparing for the worst, bracing for impact, waiting for the other shoe to drop. I am asking you right now to unclench your jaw, drop your shoulders away from your ears. Feel the solid ground beneath your feet and realize that the shoe isn't going to drop. The floor is going to rise up to support you. This transition from surviving to thriving is going to feel incredibly disorienting at first. When you are used to the weight of the world on your shoulders, sudden weightlessness can feel like falling. Do not let old pain distort this new message. When this person approaches you, or when this financial or career breakthrough suddenly materializes out of thin air, your first instinct will be to deflect it. You will want to ask what the catch is. You will want to look for the hidden trap because you have been disappointed so many times before. I am warning you now, with all the love and spiritual authority I possess, do not do that. Receive it clearly, not defensively. Let the miracle in without interrogating it. And as we prepare to go deeper into the specific timeline of this breakthrough, I want to invite you to truly anchor yourself into this space. If you are feeling this resonance, if you feel the truth of these words vibrating in your chest, take a second to subscribe to Trusted Tarot. Join this community of souls who are waking up to their own power. Claim your seat in this circle, because the work we are doing here is shifting generational timelines. Let us talk about why this is happening right now, in the thick of August 2026. You might be asking yourself why this breakthrough did not happen a year ago, or why you had to endure another long winter of feeling completely stuck in your career, your bank account, and your heart. The universe does not operate on a timeline of convenience. It operates on a timeline of absolute readiness. This medical miracle of your soul, this sudden clearing of the blockage that has kept you trapped in survival mode, required a very specific energetic ripening. Think of the profound silence you have kept over the last 6 months. Think of the times you wanted to scream, wanted to quit, wanted to send that angry text or walk away from that draining job, but you chose restraint instead. You chose to observe. You chose to sit in the quiet and let your roots grow deeper in the dark. That silence was not a void, it was an incubator. The doctor, whether that is a literal physician giving you a clean bill of health, financial advisor finding a massive loophole, or this specific person finally seeing your truth, could not intervene until your internal foundation was solid enough to hold the cure. The swelling is finally going down. The inflammation of your anxiety is breaking. August 13th marks the exact celestial coordinate where your endurance crosses the threshold into your reward. I need to speak directly to the part of you that is terrified to believe this. I see the exhaustion behind your eyes, Capricorn. I see how tired you are of being the responsible one, the rock, the person everyone else leans on when their world is falling apart. You have been carrying the emotional and financial weight of your entire bloodline, convinced that if you set it down for even 1 second, everything you built would crumble into dust. You have been suffering from chronic hyperindependence, heavy condition forced upon you because you learned early on that you could only truly rely on yourself. But listen to my voice right now. You are safe. You are so incredibly safe to put the armor down. The miracle that is arriving is the universe's way of telling you that your shift is over. You do not have to clock into your own suffering anymore. Let yourself feel the profound relief of being held. For the first time in your life, the cavalry is actually coming, and they are bringing the exact remedy your spirit has been starved for. It is okay to cry right now. It is okay to let the tears fall and wash away the lingering cortisol that has been poisoning your nervous system. You are being detoxified from the false belief that love and success require endless suffering. And as this deep detox happens within you, watch how this specific person begins to move toward you in the physical world. The internal reckoning they are experiencing is rapidly transforming into external, undeniable action. They are no longer just feeling quiet regret. They are drafting the blueprint for how to make things right. They realize that your distance was not a lack of love, but a direct symptom of your sheer, unadulterated exhaustion. They are stepping into the role of the healer in your dynamic. When they come to you, they are not just bringing empty words, they are bringing a tangible, structural shift. They are offering to take over a massive burden you did not even realize you were still carrying alone. Maybe it is a financial responsibility they finally agree to shoulder. Maybe it is an emotional labor they suddenly recognize they have been neglecting for years. This is the medical miracle in your relationship. The chronic illness of miscommunication and unbalanced effort is being cured in a single defining conversation. They are going to look at you, and they are going to say, I see how hard you have been fighting. And I am so sorry I was not fighting beside you. That sentence alone is going to act like a powerful antidote, instantly neutralizing the venom of resentment that has been building up in your chest. You will feel physical warmth spread through your body the moment they finally say it. This is where the real magic begins, Capricorn. Because once this blockage is cleared, once this person steps up, and this career or financial diagnosis is completely reversed, the floodgates of abundance are going to blow wide open. The energy that was previously tied up in managing your stress, hiding your pain, and compensating for others is suddenly going to be available for pure creation. You are going to wake up one morning very soon, and the heavy dread that usually greets you at 6 in the morning will simply be gone. In its place, there will be a quiet, buzzing anticipation. You will look at your bank account, your relationship, your physical body, and you will recognize it as your own again. You are moving out of the sterile, fluorescent lit waiting room of your past struggles and stepping into the vibrant, sunlit garden of your future. The soil is ready. The seeds you planted in the dark, watered with your silent tears and your desperate prayers, are finally breaking through the surface. Do not look back at the hospital bed of your past struggles. Look forward to the beautiful, expansive life that is rushing toward you with open arms. The prescription has been written, the miracle is authorized, and all you have to do is breathe it inches now. I need to tell you what this freedom actually looks like when it lands in your physical reality. Because the cards are showing me something so specific, so undeniably tailored to your exact situation, that you are going to feel it in your stomach when I describe it. The medical miracle that is freeing you is not just a single moment of good news. It is a systematic dismantling of every chain you thought was permanent. You have been operating under a binding sentence, Capricorn, a financial ceiling that you believed was welded shut, a relationship dynamic that you accepted as the maximum you would ever receive, a career path that felt more like a life support machine than a living, breathing purpose. The doctor has looked at the charts. The doctor has examined the tissue of your situation, and the doctor is saying, this was never supposed to be permanent. This was never your final diagnosis. The binding is dissolving. The contract you signed with your own suffering, the one where you agreed to work endlessly for scraps of love and recognition, is being torn up in front of your eyes. You are being discharged. You are being sent home to yourself. And you are already feeling the evidence of this in your body. Pay attention to what I am about to say because your physical form is receiving the update before your conscious mind can process it. Over the next few days, you are going to notice your hands trembling slightly in moments of stillness. Not from anxiety, but from the release of decades of stored tension finally leaving your muscles. You are going to find yourself yawning deeply, unexpectedly, in the middle of conversations or while driving alone in your car. Those yawns are not tiredness. They are your nervous system discharging the old programming. They are the sound of your body saying, we do not need to hold this anymore. And your dreams are shifting dramatically. The recurring nightmares of being trapped, of running without moving, of showing up somewhere unprepared, those are fading in their place. You are dreaming of vast open fields. You are dreaming of doors unlocking without keys. You are dreaming of your younger self, the child you were before the world told you to be responsible, smiling at you from across a sunlit room. Your subconscious is processing the discharge papers. You are being released. This freedom is not just emotional. I need you to understand that this miracle is materializing in the most tangible, practical ways that your Capricorn mind will recognize and respect. The cards are showing me a financial conversation that changes the entire architecture of your life. A number that you have been staring at, a figure that has kept you awake at 3 in the morning, is about to be restructured. Someone in a position of authority, someone with access to resources or information that you do not have, is going to intervene. They are going to look at your situation and say, no, this is not how it has to be. There is another way. There is a solution here that no one has shown you. This could be a renegotiation at work. This could be a debt being forgiven, restructured, or absorbed by someone who owes you. This could be an unexpected financial offer that arrives like a prescription written specifically for your ailment. The money is coming in clean. The money is coming in clear. The money is coming in without the hidden hooks and the toxic strings you have been conditioned to expect. And in love, Capricorn, the miracle is equally precise. The person who has been doing their internal work in the shadows is preparing to cross threshold. They are done circling the perimeter of your heart, wondering if they are allowed to enter. They are done convincing themselves that you do not need them, that you are too strong, too capable, too self-sufficient to require their presence. They have realized that your strength was never an invitation to be abandoned. Your strength was a cry for someone worthy of standing beside it. When they approach you, and they will approach you soon, they are going to bring something you have not received in a very long time. They are going to bring consistency, not a grand dramatic gesture, not flowers and empty poetry. They are going to bring the quiet, steady, unshakable presence of someone who has finally decided to stay. They are going to show up on a Tuesday, and then a Wednesday, and then a Thursday. And they are not going to flinch when the ordinary, unglamorous reality of loving you requires patience. That is the medicine you have been waiting for, not passion, not chaos, not the roller coaster that kept you in a state of permanent spiritual emergency. You are being prescribed peace. You are being prescribed the revolutionary radical, earth-shattering miracle of simply being loved without having to earn it first. This is what the doctor discovered. This is the miracle that is completely freeing you. Not a single lightning bolt of change, but a comprehensive, cellular level rewriting of your reality. Every system in your life that was failing, that was in chronic pain, that was begging for attention, is being addressed simultaneously. You do not have to fix one thing before the next thing can heal. The universe is not asking you to triage your own life anymore. The healing is happening all at once. The career, the finances, the relationship, the body, the spirit, they are all responding to the same treatment. They are all receiving the same medicine. And the medicine is this: you are allowed to receive. You are allowed to be helped. You are allowed to be loved without proving your worthiness first. That is the miracle, Capricorn. That is the cure. And it is completely, beautifully, undeniably free. As you step into the days following this reading, I need you to understand something crucial about how miracles integrate into a Capricorn's life. You are not going to wake up tomorrow and find that everything has transformed overnight. That is not how your energy works. You are an earth sign. You build in layers. You trust what you can touch, what you can see, what repeats itself over time. And this miracle is honoring that about you. It is arriving in steady, undeniable increments. Monday, you will notice a conversation going differently than you expected. A colleague will say yes where they usually say no. A bill will arrive smaller than you calculated. Tuesday, the person you have been thinking about will send a message that is softer, warmer, more deliberate than anything they have sent in months. Wednesday, you will catch your own reflection in a window and realize you are smiling without knowing why. These are not coincidences. These are the vital signs improving. These are the monitors showing that the patient is stabilizing. These are the first steps of recovery. Do not dismiss them because they seem small. A single cell healing is the beginning of the entire body coming back to life. And I need to speak to the small, quiet voice in the back of your mind right now. The one whispering, but what if this is too good? What if I am setting myself up for another disappointment? What if I let myself hope and the rug gets pulled out again? I hear you. I honor you. That voice has kept you alive. It has been your immune system, scanning for threats, preparing you for the worst so you would never be blindsided again. But I need you to look at that voice with compassion and say, "Thank you for protecting me, but we are safe now." You do not have to guard the gates anymore. The war is over. The diagnosis has changed. You are not going to be blindsided by joy. You are not going to be punished for receiving. The universe is not keeping a ledger of your happiness so it can balance it with suffering. That was the old story. That was the misdiagnosis. You are writing a new medical history now, and the prognosis is overwhelmingly, beautifully, stubbornly good. You are going to be okay, more than okay. You are going to be free. I want you to close your eyes for just a moment if you can. If you are driving, just soften your gaze. If you are lying in bed, let your hands rest open at your sides. I want you to see yourself 3 months from now. It is November. The air is crisp. You are wearing a coat that feels warm and expensive against your skin as you are walking somewhere you love, and your phone is in your pocket, and it is quiet. No emergencies. No one needing you to fix something. No crisis demanding your immediate attention. You are just walking. And you feel the ground beneath your boots solid and real, and you realize that the constant hum of anxiety that used to live behind your ribs is gone. In its place is space. Wide, quiet, golden space. You are not bracing, you are not calculating. You are simply existing, and existing feels good. You look up and you see the person you love walking toward you, and their face is open, and their eyes are warm. And they are carrying something for you, a coffee, a small kindness, a proof that they were thinking of you when you were not even in the room, and you take it, you do not deflect. You do not minimize, you say thank you, and you mean it, and you let it nourish you. That is your future, Capricorn. That is the life the doctor cleared you for. That is the miracle made flesh. This is not fantasy. This is not wishful thinking packaged in pretty words. This is the trajectory your energy is already locked into. The cards do not lie. The stars do not stutter. And the spirit that guided you to this exact video at this exact hour, on this exact day, does not make mistakes. You were meant to hear this. You were meant to receive this. You were meant to let these words seep into the places that have been dry and cracked and aching for rain. You are not broken. You never were. You were simply in the middle of a procedure that looked like destruction, but was actually reconstruction. The surgeon's hands were steady. The operation was successful. And now, the recovery begins. And the recovery is gentle. And the recovery is kind. And the recovery leads you home to the person you were always meant to become before the world convinced you that love had to hurt. So here is what I am asking you to do right now. I need you to make this real in the physical world. I need you to type one word in the comments below, just one word. Type the word freed. Type it like you are signing your discharge papers. Type it like you are telling the universe, I accept this diagnosis. I accept this cure. I am walking out of this hospital and I am not looking back. When you type that word, you are not just engaging with a video. You are activating a frequency. You are putting a stake in the ground of your own timeline and declaring that the old story ends here. And if this reading found you at the exact moment you needed it, if these words reached into your chest and loosened a knot you have been carrying for years, share this video with someone who also needs to hear it. Send it to the person who has been quietly suffering, who has been putting on a brave face while their world feels like it is collapsing. Be the doctor for someone else today. Be the one who hands them the good news they did not know they were waiting for. And subscribe to Trusted Tarot, because this is not the last miracle coming for you. This is only the beginning. The next reading will find you when the next layer peels back. You do not have to chase it. You do not have to earn it. It will come just as this one did, at the exact right moment. You are free, Capricorn. You are so deeply, completely, beautifully free. Walk in that truth. Sleep in that truth. Wake up tomorrow and let it be the first thing you breathe inches the doctor has spoken. The miracle is real. And your life, your true life, your unburdened, unchained, radiant life, starts now, tomorrow morning. When you first open your eyes, I want you to pay very close attention to the first 3 seconds of your waking consciousness. For the last few years, those first 3 seconds have been heavy. Before your feet even touch the floor, your mind would immediately download a list of obligations, catalog of worries, and a dull, aching reminder of the burdens you were expected to carry. But tomorrow, and every morning after, those first 3 seconds are going to feel entirely different. You are going to wake up and experience profound, startling emptiness, not the emptiness of loneliness, but the spacious, breathtaking emptiness of a room that has finally been cleared of all its clutter. The heavy backpack of chronic stress will not be waiting for you on the nightstand. The doctor has confiscated it. The miracle has dissolved it. And your nervous system, which has been braced for impact since you were a child, is going to take a deep, shuddering breath and realize that there is nothing left to fight. But I must warn you about what will happen right around noon on that first day of your new reality. This is the subtle emotional turn that catches so many earth signs off guard. When you experience this sudden, unearned peace, your ego is going to panic. Your logical, Capricorn mind is going to look at the quietness of your life and mistake it for a trap. You will feel a sudden, irrational urge to check your phone for bad news. You will feel the phantom itch to pick up a problem that isn't yours to solve, just to give your hands something familiar to hold. You have been addicted to the struggle for so long that the absence of struggle is going to feel like a void. When that panic rises in your chest, when the old voice whispers that this is too good to be true, and the other shoe is about to drop, I need you to stop. Put your hand flat over your heart. Feel the steady, rhythmic beating beneath your ribs. Remind your body that peace is not a prelude to disaster. Peace is the destination. Do not recreate chaos just because harmony feels unfamiliar. You have earned this quiet. You are allowed to just sit in it. As you learn to tolerate this beautiful, expansive quiet, you will begin to notice the true depth of the medical miracle that has been administered to your life. This was never just about fixing a temporary glitch in your finances or smoothing over a rough patch in your relationship. The cards are revealing that this healing goes all the way down to the marrow of your bones, all the way back to the roots of your family tree. You see, the heavy diagnosis you were carrying, the belief that you had to sacrifice your own joy to keep everyone else afloat, was not originally yours. It was an inherited condition. It was a generational curse disguised as a strong work ethic. It was the trauma of your ancestors, who survived by never resting, never trusting, and never receiving, passed down to you in the silent language of expectations. But the doctor who examined your chart looked past your current symptoms and saw the entire lineage. And the miracle that is completely freeing you is actually a severing of that ancient, heavy cord. You are the one who breaks the cycle. You are the one who changes the bloodline. The suffering stops with you, Capricorn, the abundance, the rest, the profound and effortless love that begins with you. Think about the sheer magnitude of what you have just accomplished simply by being willing to receive this reading today. You did not just heal yourself, you healed the past, and you cleared the runway for the future. When this specific person steps fully into your life, bringing their consistency and their quiet devotion, they are not just loving you, they are honoring the cycle breaker. They are looking at you with a deep, subconscious reverence because they can feel the shift in your aura. They can feel that you are no longer operating from a place of deficit. You are no longer asking them to fill a void that was actually meant to be filled by your own self-worth. Because you have accepted the cure, you are now magnetic. You are radiating the kind of grounded, unshakable energy that draws in high-caliber opportunities, massive financial windfalls, and deeply secure partnerships. You are no longer chasing the breadcrumbs of the universe. You are sitting at the banquet table, and the feast is being laid out right in front of you. I want you to take a moment right now to truly visualize the rest of August 2026 unfolding before you. See yourself moving through your days with new fluid grace. When a challenge arises at work, see yourself handling it with detached clarity, knowing that your livelihood is secure and your value is unquestionable. When a moment of vulnerability arises with your person, see yourself leaning in instead of pulling away, trusting that they have the strength to hold you. Feel the texture of this new life. It is soft yet incredibly resilient. It is wealthy yet deeply generous. It is passionate yet profoundly peaceful. This is not a daydream. This is a memory of your future, echoing backward through time to pull you forward. The universe has already approved the paperwork. The doctor has already signed the release. The only thing left for you to do is walk out the doors of the hospital and step into the sunlight. As we close this sacred space together, I need you to seal this energy into your physical reality. The algorithm brought you here, but your spirit kept you here, and that requires a physical anchor to lock it into the material plane. I am asking you to go to the comments right now and claim this energy. Type the words, "I accept the cure." Type it with the absolute certainty of someone who knows their life has just been forever altered. Let those words be the final signature on your discharge papers. If this message found you at the exact right moment, if it reached into the dark and pulled you into the light, share this video with someone who needs to be freed today. Pass the medicine along, and please, subscribe to Trusted Tarot, because we are just beginning to map out this beautiful, expansive new territory of your life, and I want to be here to guide you through every single milestone. You have carried the mountain long enough. Capricorn, set it down. Look up. Your miracle is here. It is completely free, and it is yours forever.